Ben Affleck as the new Batman. Well, we have a few years to wait, 2015 or whatever. But you know what? I'm going to give you a balanced viewpoint on it. The thing is first of all, this is a first world problem. There's worse things that are happening in the world. And number two, we already have Christopher Nolan's Batman. We already have Christian Bale as Batman. We already had the perfect Joker and everything. And we have a hard time letting that go. I think Ben Affleck, if he was given a good script, if he was had a good story to follow, and they gave him he had a good thing to follow as to represent Batman or whatever, how he was in the comic books or the graphic novels, maybe he'll do a decent job. We can't really expect him to do Christian Bale though. We already have Christian Bale. That Batman thing is over. We all wish it would keep going, but none of those movies were perfect either. I mean, you can't have a perfect movie, especially when it comes to comic books. Those movies weren't perfect either. There were some things about The Dark Knight Rises that I think could have been different, but I still really enjoyed the movie. I really liked the movie. And the director, like Christopher Nolan, had to weigh a bunch of different options. He had to try to please everybody. People who like comic books, people who don't really care for comic books are going to see the movie. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do, especially when money and time are involved. You can't make a perfect movie. And what are you going to do? You got to kind of just have to accept the artwork that people give you. And if you're not happy with it, what are you going to do? I don't know. There's other ones that you could, there's other movies out there. There's other Batmans you could watch. And what are you going to do? Make your own Batman movie. You don't got the time or the money to do it. And even if you did, you'd probably realize how complicated it is and how you might have to change the storyline a couple times. And it's, these guys, Christopher Nolan, he's the director or whatever, and the writers are a different deal, I guess. And the writers have to weigh a bunch of options of who is gonna like the movie, who is gonna be disappointed in the movie, and they know there's gonna be disappointments. I'm sure as soon as they thought, well, Ben Affleck is gonna be Batman, I'm sure they were like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people making fun of this, a lot of people angry, but you know what? It does get people talking about it. And we are all going to see the movie anyway, no matter what. Even if we disapprove of the actor, we're still going to go see the movie just to see how they did. So, anyway. The problem is, maybe Ben Affleck will do a good job. We don't know. Maybe if he gives the right lines and the right script and the right circumstances, maybe he'll do a great job. But you can't really compare him to Christopher Nolan. They're two different people. There's two different types of Batman. Like the last Batman series, I'm so glad that they didn't put other superheroes in it. I'm so glad that they did not put Superman in it, because that would have kind of been ridiculous. But with these movies, okay, fine. Now you have Batman and Superman together. Big deal. What are you gonna do about it? So we can't expect people to make perfect movies when people aren't perfect, and our viewpoint of things are kind of shorted. And one last thing I gotta say, and I always say this to my fellow comic book lovers, is that when you have decades of comic books and the stories and the origins all change and such like that, it's really, really hard and pretty much impossible to make a 2.5 to 3 hour movie that follows the comic books properly, because there's decades of those comic books with all different types of stories and all different types of characters. How do you put that in a 2.5, 3 hour movie? Come on. You'd have to have many seasons of a TV series to do that. And even then, they would be jam-packed with stuff. It'd be hard to do. So, I was going to put my glasses on for this. Maybe I should have. Alright. Peace and love to all humanity. got the smart glasses on. I can give intelligent answers now because I have glasses on. I'm allowed to.